Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
Bonjour à tous, bienvenue à Kefko et sa podcast sur Twitch, bienvenue pour un nouveau stream, nouveau jeu Warhammer 40 000 Rock Trader directement sur Twitch. Bienvenue à tous, installez-vous confortablement. On n'a pas fini Ghost Runner 2 hier, mais c'est pas très grave, parce que le boss de fin était buggé directement. Donc voilà, est-ce qu'on m'entend les amis? Alors la souris elle bug, ça fait très longtemps que la souris n'a pas bugué. Alors peut-être que je joue à un jeu directement. Est-ce qu'on m'entend? On n'a pas fini on m'entend très bien. C'est parti. Alors le jeu c'est soit on joue en multi, soit on joue en solo. Pour ma part, ça va être en solo. Je joue en français. Tac. On a fait les deux autres avant en live. On a fait Borknood et Dark Tide. Juste enlever la musique du jeu parce qu'elle est chiante, j'aime pas trop. Cette musique j'aime pas trop. Ah, je suis con. C'est dans son. nickel. Nouvelle partie. Alors le mode histoire principale. Ça c'est les DLC qu'il faut acheter directement. Le DLC 1, le Void Shadow. Et le DLC 2, Lex Imperialis. Il va se clore toutes les histoires principales. On va mettre en mode histoire. On va choisir lui.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Et c'est votre nom. On va dire Kefko. Alors. Mais donc. On a mis le mode histoire. Comme ça on joue ça. Alors, je sais pas comment elle va être la caméra. Est-ce qu'elle va être du dessus? Est-ce qu'elle va être à la troisième personne? À la première personne? On va voir. I need to go. Oh, wow. Vous savez quoi, j'ai encore la musique de Paris-Séchelles, la musique que j'ai chantée il y a 2 jours en live. De Julien Doré. J'arrive pas à l'enlever de la tête. Ça charge. En espérant que ça va pas trop laguer.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
C'est vraiment un spectacle à vous couper le souffle.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity.
Continue.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Je m'appelle Darius.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencias, scion of a blessed Rogue Trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Maîtrise des murmures. Vous portez un titre curieux. Quelles sont vos responsabilités?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Pourquoi suis-je à bord de ce vaisseau? Pourquoi m'a-t-on conduit ici?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
Continue.
Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium. But from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
Parlez-moi de celle à qui appartient le vaisseau sur lequel je me trouve.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Vous dites que je suis l'un des héritiers de la libre marchande. Il y aurait donc un autre prétendant?
There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
J'imagine que vous avez une idée en tête sur ce que vous avez décidé de partir à ma recherche. Abordons ces questions, voulez-vous?
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Par le droit du sang.
Rise to the top,
Faut
or
le
you're
suivre.
left in the dust.
Faut le suivre, lui. Ok. Objet interactif. Pas sauvegarde.
One of the Von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Your demise is already
Début du
calculated.
combat. Vous êtes tombé dans une embuscade. La bataille commence. Le placement au combat.
I won't compromise my principles.
To the heretics!
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan. I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Sauvegarde automatique. La carte. Ok.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
C'est où la carte?
I will lead us to fortune.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Je suis ici pour m'entretenir avec le seigneur capitaine.
What is this? Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversations in such a fashion?
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Step forward. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes
Darius,
of the
connaissez
Coriolis
Xenius
expanse.
35.
High seismic activity, regular magma of
Merde.
reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
Nous sommes tous deux au service de l'empereur, Dieu et de Dame Théodora. Les querelles mesquines sont-elles vraiment dignes de notre statut?
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are soaring.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
N'est-ce pas vous qui m'avez fait venir?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated
Ah, les gens avec
by
des
a
noms à
most
rallonge.
sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Je suis prêt à assumer cette mission sacrée.
Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Ai-je bien entendu, le maître des murmures a un lien de parenté avec vous?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Vous voulez dire qu'il y a d'autres héritiers?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Si la candidature d'Edelthrad vous convient, à quoi Bon, tenir cette conversation, pourquoi perdre votre temps avec moi?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelbrand as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. One could not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium. However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house. Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the von Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better.
Merci pour cette clarification. Puis-je poser des questions à mon tour? Navigateur, précision, de quoi parlez-vous donc?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Il y a un incident sur le pont des officiers. Des serviteurs devenus fous se sont pris à l'équipage.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Où sera votre vaisseau?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
Quelles sont mes attributions pour le moment?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aid.
Naviguer, transition, de quoi parlez-vous donc?
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and
Ça en fait du texte, hein.
into the warp,
Moche.
an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
Gracieux Seigneur Capitaine, il n'y a aucun moyen de vous prouver que je suis votre digne héritier.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
Je n'ai aucune autre question.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
I'll make an example out of you.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Look out.
A technically sound approach. Reduced to dust.
Stay vigilant. For the glory of the Imperium!
Abri et couverture.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature.
Examine, ok.
Death to non-believers! Death to the weak! I serve the ruined powers!
The Imperium.
I took care of this one. Reduced to dust.
Follow my lead.
Name them! Make them bleed!
Je crois qu'on va pour attaquer.
Follow my lead. I took care of this one.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
Que se passe-t-il?
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space. though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
Comment se fait-il que l'équipage comporte des personnages nés qui oseraient attaquer la seigneurie capitaine?
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly.
La folie qui s'est emparée des serviteurs a peut-être un lien avec les événements actuels.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
Quels sont vos ordres?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
I always keep my options open. I know how to take risks. I have a nose for profit and the taste for adventure.
Alors. Trouvez quoi? L'acheminement, le pont des officiers. Le pont des officiers.
Keep your wits about you.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Une mutinerie? Mais qui oserait organiser une mutinerie dans le warp?
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on transitional deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Arch-militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Ok.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
Ok. Qu'est-ce que ça, son état, c'est-à-dire?
We are in the warp. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Geller field and the infiltration of malevolent forces onto the decks. Psychers can react to such things in the most unpredictable ways.
Enough! Master of Whispers, you must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under Enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edelthrad back to me.
À vous en, Seigneur Capitaine.
Then move out! Mort, come.
Ok.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
J'ai une proposition à vous faire. Puisque je suis la personne la plus importante ici, vous allez me servir de bouclier contre toute menace potentielle.
Certainly. Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Ok. Wanting to world, world. Da, 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 da. Da, da.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing.
Que signifie tout cela?
Delightful. You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There beyond those gates lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Pourquoi faites-vous cela?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right
crois que j'ai
now
offensé, hein.
has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The warrant of trade.
Que voulez-vous, bâtard consanguin? Votre sang est-il trop pauvre pour la sentinelle?
On the contrary, the warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Je n'ai aucune raison de vous aider.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
Épargnez-moi vos ménages, je ne plierai à vos demandes.
There's a good boy. Then go to the Sentinel at the gates of the Warren Chamber and fulfill your destiny. I had hoped to feed Edelthrat to the machine. He is the one who caught Theodora's eye, after all. But since procuring him has proved difficult, you will have to do.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Qui me parle?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
Oui, sentinelle, des traites menaçant ma vie et l'intégrité de la lettre de marque.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Voilà. Petite fouette. Des lance-flammes.
There is still another way.
Inspectez la scène de la lettre de marque.
I always have a backup plan.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Quelle est cette folie? Qui êtes-vous? Qui me parle?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Êtes-vous la sentinelle de la lettre de marque?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Il me faut une arme, je suis en défense.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Je dois contacter quelqu'un, Théodora, idéalement.
Broadcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Master, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Emmenez-moi loin d'ici.
Middle and upper decks.
Scellez la salle de la lettre de marque.
Safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing a received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Journal.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Run, fools, or fall!
Master! Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne, preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Emrat Voinvir est un traître. Quand je l'ai quitté sur le pont des officiers, il a réussi à m'étourdir et m'a amené ici.
What?
Pour une raison obscure, il voulait se venger de Théodora, ce qui implique apparemment de mettre la main sur la lettre de marque.
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny.
And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Cela va sans dire.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Alors, traitement des lésions.
Let us not dawdle.
Okay.
Throne's Grace, where are you going? And Throne's Grace, where are you going? Throne's Grace, where are you going? Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door. Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms. Throne's Grace, where are you going? Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door. Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door.
Fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door. Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will... Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door.
Look no further.
Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door. Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up... Throne's Grace, where are you... Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door. Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door. Throne's Grace, where are you going? Throne's Grace, where... Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door.
Your seneschal is always there for you. We are the spear.
Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door.
You seek.
Throne's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of Lady Theodora, will not let you out the door.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I know how to take risks.
Allez.
Fate and fortune favor the bold. I will lead us to fortune. Let's not waste time with...
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Keep your wits about you.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Ensuite, accepter l'aide d'Abélard.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I have a nose for profit, and
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
I will lead us to fortune.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I know how to take risks. There's no
You
way.
are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I have a nose.
Your seneschal is always there for you. What advice?
I know how to take risks. Let us not dawdle.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Attendez.
Fate
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Guide our way.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Marching on.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I'm at your service.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. Always keep your eye on the prize.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Comment on fait?
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I will lead us to fortune. Fate and fortune favor the bold.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Comment ça?
I have a nose for profit and the taste for adventure.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before
Je
we
sais
go
pas comment
any
on fait
further.
pour la vie.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further. You are injured. I must
Attends,
dress
j'ai
your
un truc.
wounds before we go any further. You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any
J'ai
further.
pas de... Attends.
are injured.
J'ai
I
compris.
must dress your wounds before we go any further.
On fait pour hors de la vie.
I will lead us to fortune.
Je sais pas.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I know how to take risks.
Parfait.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries. I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
You are injured. I must
Oh,
dress
je sais
your
pas
wounds
comment
before
faire.
we go any further. You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
What advice do you seek? Look, no.
I will lead us to fortune.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
I'm at your service. A nice little stroll.
You are injured. I must dress your wounds before we go any further.
We'll make a fight.
Voilà.
It is a noticeable improvement.
Vache.
Now you're prepared.
Pas évident.
Trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse. All those strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Comment avez-vous trouvé?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive.
Qu'allons-nous
Say you did no such thing.
trouver dans le sanctum de la navigation?
During warp transit, the sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Imperium. And for good reason. For the navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the immaterium. Only a navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Quel problème avec la transition?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
C'est sans doute la sentinelle de la lettre de Marc qui a envoyé ce message. Elle est apparue quand j'ai ouvert la salle.
Warren Sentinel? Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
J'ai entendu l'une des transmissions Vox de Theodora.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
Rien ne oblige à prendre de tels risques.
I concur that under ordinary circumstances, interrupting the Navigator's solitude would be equivalent to suicide. Right now, however, our sacrifice could prevent the demise of a rogue trader, a void ship of the Imperium, and all her crew, armaments, and equipment. The choice is obvious.
Le sanctum de navigation. Très bien. Vous me montrez le chemin?
Absolutely.
Atteindre le sanctum de navigation.
Loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home!
Ouais.
And with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
On my neck breathing! Save you!
Close ranks!
Surrender to the dark powers!
I am your doom!
Out of my way!
Just a minor setback.
That's not the Seneschal's job. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I'd rather not.
Victory is imminent. I'm not interested. My place is at the fort. That's not the Seneschal's job. Someone else can do this. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I serve the ruinous powers.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I refuse. It's as good as done. I won't compromise my principles. I won't stand for it. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me?
Bizarre.
For the glory of my masters.
My ears are ringing. I'm not interested.
I've faced worse than this. I refuse.
Je comprends le comment il faut faire ce matin.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Didn't flinch.
I've suffered worse. That's not the Seneschal's job. I'd rather not. Someone else can do this. That's not the Seneschal's job. I'd rather not. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Someone else can do this.
Attends. Ouais, j'ai comme ça jamais compris.
Careful now.
That's not the Seneschal's job. I'm not interested. Someone else can do this. That's not the Seneschal's job. I'm not interested. Someone else can do
Ah, je
this.
sais pas. Compris. Revu.
Temporary setback.
Chaos guides me.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
Chaos guides me.
I won't stand for it. I'll see to it personally. I won't compromise my principles.
Je comprends pas.
Death to non-believers.
A tactically sound approach. I'd rather not. That's not the Seneschal's job. I'm not interested.
Je comprends pas ce jeu, comment on fait pour jouer? Je comprends pas.
I serve the ruinous powers. See my great work.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. I'd rather not. Someone else can do this. That's not the Seneschal's job. I've seen worse battles than this.
Je comprends pas le système de jeu.
I refuse. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. On it.
Je comprends pas comment...
Another enemy down. Is there money to be made?
Ok. C'est passé, mais je sais pas comment j'ai fait.
I hear it here on the threshold of the blinded guide.
Alors j'ai galéré pour me soigner et galéré pour faire la phase... pour pouvoir.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abela, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Que faites-vous ici?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
La fameuse radio.
Those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edel's rat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it! You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
Vous êtes une dénivresse alors?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are Von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Comment savez-vous qui je suis?
What? You think Lady
Les amis, je
Theodora
vais essayer,
didn't
j'arrive.
ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
Je suis les amis. Hop. Me voilà.
Oh no. No.
Vous devez aller voir si le navigateur va bien. Je suis en retard. En fait, j'ai joué au premier, il y a 2-3 ans. C'était pas comme ça. C'était un autre Warhammer 40 000, c'est le premier que j'ai fait, c'est le Dark Tide, que j'ai fait en multi. En première personne. Le deuxième, le Boardroom, que j'ai fait annuel dernier. Et celui-là, en version stratégie, directement. On veut par-dessus.
And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Commandé du groupe. Protéger le navigateur.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
sacrifice?
Mere pain won't stop me.
Such is the will of chaos.
Capacité d'Hydra.
Cover me!
I'd rather not.
Just a minor setback.
There is movement in the Imperium.
Crush the feeble.
My prescience has failed me.
Someone else can do this.
Faced worse than this.
I'm not so sure. Be gone! No can do. Was that you? Or why did I not foresee this?
That's not the Seneschal's job.
I've suffered worse.
Not the Scryer's job. That is not my destiny.
I bring ruin.
On it. Stop it! No can do. Not this Scryer's job. Can I fall back now? Will do. Very well. I'm not so sure. No can do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead. But the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Lancer un regard appuyé à Abélard.
Master Vespidus.
Your time is short.
À mon avis, pas de temps pourquoi. Il nous reste peu de temps pourquoi.
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
It came from beyond. His body is not his.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me. Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Qui vous tourmente?
The urge. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Vous vous adressez à votre compagnon. Qu'est-ce que c'est censé vouloir dire?
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh, my heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Kunrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Oh, but how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. See who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
Je vais vous aider. Dites-moi ce que je peux faire.
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
Je ne le supporte plus de voir agoniser. Je préfère mettre un terme à ses souffrances.
You can't. It's only thanks to Master Spiders that we're still alive. If he falls, this whole ship is doomed. Let him do his duty. You know it's the last thing he'll ever do. If he lasts that long.
Vous adressez à Abélard, la navigateur à l'Arctique de la mort. Que faisons-nous maintenant?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servos gold relayed to us earlier.
Alors, se rendre au rassemblement.
Spiders.
Peut-on dire?
Good luck. And thank you.
Merde. Parler au navigateur, c'est fait.
Did I mention that my whispers jokes that once said aloud
se rendre au rassemblement de l'héritier.
and blood curdle. Talk about black comedy. Did you want something?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Il faut aller où?
I always have a backup plan.
Should I divine our next step?
Qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Ah, peut-être par là. C'est pas comme ça.
I always keep my options open.
On veut pour aller. En bas.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Did you want something?
Je sais pas. Je suis bloqué là.
My whispers.
What advice do you
I will lead us to fortune. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Comment on fait? Je ne sais pas du tout.
I know how to take risks.
Se rendre au rassemblement. J'aimerais bien.
Keep your wits about you.
Il fallait récupérer tous les items avant de passer à la zone suivante. Ok. Tout simplement. Il est bien ce jeu, mais il faut le comprendre. Hein. Sauvegarde automatique. Heureusement que c'est des petites zones, hein, pas des grandes zones énormes comme sur Ghost Runner 2.
Shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Darius von Valancius, héritier de la seigneur capitaine.
The hour is dark and daunting. A ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the arch-enemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrath the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation. So I suggest we all do just that.
Je ne suis pas un traître, ma sœur. Je vous donne ma parole.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Que vient faire une guerrière de l'adepte Saronoritas à bord du vaisseau d'une navire marchande? Votre ordre est au service de l'Ecclésiarchie, n'est-ce pas?
Sister Argenta is a
Ouais,
guest
je vais aller,
of
non.
Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Que se passe-t-il sur le pont des officiers?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Qui sont ces gens qui vous accompagnent?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
Nous devons rejoindre la salle principale du pont.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Alors, l'équipage a besoin d'armes plus puissantes pour la bataille à venir. Vous aurez peut-être qu'il faut le pont des officiers.
Is there money to be made? Rushno Doral.
Alors,
Your doom has been foretold. Your emperor won't save you.
Chaos guides me.
t'as combien? Il y en a 5, 6.
Death to non-believers.
My ears are ringing.
But of course, be gone. Anything else?
I'll see to it personally. Who if not me?
I am
just a minor setback.
I'll do it.
Death to the weak. Your blood will
Pain and beauty go hand in hand.
What an unfortunate turn of
On lui c'est fait.
That is not my destiny.
Don't let your guard down. It's as good as done. On it. Your end was inevitable.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I refuse. As the Emperor commands, I act.
My place is at the fore. I'd rather not. Indeed. Reduce to dust.
I am your doom.
You never stood a chance.
I serve the ruinous powers. Out of my way. Chaos guides me.
They who discern the future on the battlefield. Anything else? Be gone.
I am ready for whatever comes. I won't compromise my principles.
Là j'ai compris comment il faut faire. Il me reste 3, 4.
Mocking me.
Rejoice in battle! I'll do it.
Pouah. Fusil à pompe. C'est juste la vie.
Death to non-believers. Death to the weak.
What is this foreboding? I'm not so sure. Will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. refuse. I'll see to it you never stood a chance. I'll make it happen. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Always keep your eye on the prize. Just as I planned. I always keep my options open.
Would you look at that?
I always have a backup plan. Let's not waste time with pleasantries. Keep your wits about you. I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. I will lead us.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. I am at you.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that once said aloud make your eyes bleed and...
I'm restless. Join you.
I know how to take risks.
Duty prevails.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust. I always get the job done. What's a peculiar thing?
Un piège.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
Comment êtes-vous arrivé ici?
I am a rogue trader. I am wherever my will demands me to be. Would you prefer to be elsewhere at this time? Indubitably. But are you ready? I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Dogmatique, avancer dans le feu, l'empereur guidera les justes sur les chemins. Ok, c'est la bonne... oui, la bonne solution.
Master, can you hear me?
Alors des fois il parle, des fois il parle pas, c'est bizarre. Ou des fois il parle mais il finit pas la phrase.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said, that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
L'Empereur nous protège, Sénéchal.
Indeed he does. Oh, if I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious?
Argenta comme dans Pokémon,
You just
la
pretend
ville
like you
d'Argenta.
didn't see the Lord's Captain standing there in the fire? Abela, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, your holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smouldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. True.
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Vous levez et bombez le torse. Les événements ne peuvent rien contre les justes. Et c'est une fin de discussion.
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
Je suis dépêché de venir ici pour vous prêter main forte. Il est temps de repousser les hérétiques.
Indeed it is. Your wounds.
Merde. Examinez Edelhard attentivement. Ma foi, vas-y. Ma foi m'aider à tenir debout avec une arme à la main, c'est tout ce qui compte.
Pray, forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the faith of he who has passed the trial by fire. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways?
It was at this very elevator, Master Edelfrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the breach. Kunrad Voigtveer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
Je suis prêt à donner l'assaut sur la passerelle.
No, you most certainly are not. You can barely stand upright after what happened. It is best that we go to retrieve Lady Theodora and let Edelfrad commence the attack on Voigtveer.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counter-attack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
Alors, attendre l'ascenseur secret.
Always keep your eye on the price. This could be an opportunity. What do we have here?
Les amis, je vais chercher à voir, j'arrive. Je suis là. Alors j'ai pas vu la quête en question, c'est pas grave. De toute façon, les maps sont pas très grandes, ça va encore. Vu que c'est fermé, vu que c'est que dans un endroit. Enfin, en particulier. C'est pas... En fait, c'est ouvert, mais je veux dire, c'est pas très grand comme zone. Enfin, je me suis compris. Trouver Theodora von Valentus. Bah, elle est morte.
Emperor, accept my faithful souls. No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud.
J'ai réinstallé le jeu Neverwinter. Je sais pas si vous connaissez ce jeu Neverwinter, les gars. C'est un MMORPG et j'ai réinstallé depuis quelques jours. Malheureusement, ma suppression a été supprimée de mon ancien compte. Et j'ai fait... je suis comme niveau 20, hein. Je suis quand même bien avancé.
Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
Très certainement, il a essayé Theodora.
First, betrayal. Now, the murder of the rogue trader. And Mort. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Examiner le corps de Theodora. Il dira, pourriez-vous toucher Theodora? Vous apercevrez peut-être le visage du tueur à travers ses yeux.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
Examiner les éclats de verre auprès du bureau. Examiner le corps de l'alchimilitant. On enquête hein, sur le meurtre. Il dira, que vous disent ces éclats?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
Attendez. Inspectez les documents. Il me faudrait mieux de partir.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more. No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no.
I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Atteindre la passerelle du vaisseau.
I always have a backup plan.
More enemies to face judgment. We are truly blessed this day.
Come to chaos.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I won't stand for it. I'll see to it personally.
Was that on purpose?
As the Emperor commands, I act.
But of course.
C'est une tour de combat.
Out of my way.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
C'est vrai ça. Ah, il tue ses équipiers. Ah ouais, il tue ses équipiers. Ok, ça me facilite la tâche.
You to fight like this.
I'll do it. You can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I will do my duty.
I refuse. My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
That is not the Emperor's will. God, Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
No can do. That is not my destiny.
Bloqué, mec.
I always keep my options open. That's how it's done.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
You're here.
Affronter la pincée du vaisseau, ça c'est fait. Théodora Valencius est morte. Je l'ai retrouvée dans son bureau avec Alchie militant.
God Emperor preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrens and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
Je vous interdis formellement de baisser les bras. La seule vraie défaite, c'est de s'abandonner à son sort.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Carnage.
We are out of time.
Sortir votre arme. Vogvir, c'est le chien perfide. La mort de la libre marchande sera vengée.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelthrad, don't!
Fin de la discussion.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Il se barre.
Don't you dare to cross us!
Terrasser la créature du wrap. Ramène tout le monde au front. C'est parti.
I won't stand for it. Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Chaos guides me.
De toute façon, ils sont bien, ils sont 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Chaos guides me.
Alors, ça va si tu sais ça doit faire.
I've suffered worse.
Death to non-believers.
Croate.
Great works, masters.
At your beck and call.
Death to the weak. Your end is near.
D'abord, je tue le wrap.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Anything else?
Ouh, le truc infernal. Ok.
Out of my way!
Oh, my ears are ringing.
My mission has failed me.
I'm not interested.
Chaos guides me!
I refuse. On it.
I will endure. Doubt is for the weak.
Stop mocking me. On it.
Brace yourself, Avalon. It will be done. Tried and tested
On va
tactics are the
directement
best ways.
partir de là.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Don't let your guard down.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Can I fall back now?
A tactically sound approach. Follow my lead.
Why did I not foresee this?
Juste, je vais le passer un coup.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
My prescience has failed me.
That's nothing worse.
Stop it!
I'll make it happen. I won't stand for it.
My prescience has failed me. Anything else? Farewell.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
My whisper.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
The air. Rival, Master Helmsman, system status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
Nous devons reprendre contact avec le sanctum de navigation. Notre unique chance de sortir du warp.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Comment avez-vous réussi à survivre ici?
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
Que dois-je faire?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report and... blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft, not something to be explained to the tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Je suis prêt. Commencez le rituel.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate?
Pour les trucs que je dis pas, les gars, vous mettrez sur pause quand la vidéo sera terminée sur YouTube. Hein. Ou même en rediff. Après
Your hopes and faith are my mockery.
C'est vous qui êtes responsable de la mort de Théodora?
I am the beginning and the end and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal.
Le rituel est fini.
Sacrament of silence.
Ok.
The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
Gardez le silence.
it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was
Cinématique en noir et blanc.
but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
Comment se fait-il que nous soyons perdus autant d'officiers? Parle plus. Quels sont les points à l'ordre du jour de cette réunion? Bon, je l'ai pas, vous lirez tous les amis. Avez-vous retrouvé la trace de Voktvir? Un instant à Bétard, il y a un problème bien plus urgent à régler, je ne souhaite pas être les marchands. Je comprends, ne perdons plus de temps. Je suis prêt, la réunion peut commencer. Convoquer les officiers. Vous pourriez peut-être présenter les personnes présentes à Bellard? Pourquoi il parle plus? C'est chiant ça. Bon, c'est vous qui lirez les gars, parce que moi je dis pas trop ça. Tout le monde est là? J'aimerais entendre le rapport du maître Infernus. Au facteur Tom, qu'avez-vous à nous rapporter? Nouvelle quête 109. Okay. Maîtresse des machines, je vous écoute. Quelqu'un peut-il traduire les déclarations de l'honorable maîtresse des machines? Pourquoi j'ai pas de raison? Bizarre ça. Très bizarre. Maître témoignier, présentez votre rapport de situation. Ok, nouvelle quête. Maître de l'artillerie, avez-vous quelque chose à signaler? Bon, il y a le rituel, maintenant la réunion. Conclaste, baissez vos armes, relâchez. Je ne punirai pas un homme pour un instant de faiblesse, pas après la territoire attaque que nous avions subie. Pourquoi il parle plus? Bizarre. En résumé, nous avons subi de lourdes pertes parmi les membres d'équipage et nous avons besoin d'un nouveau technogure Primus et d'un nouveau navigateur. Et ce qui nous empêche de poursuivre notre route. Que pouvez-vous me dire sur le système dans lequel nous nous trouvons actuellement? Ça, ce sera à vous de dire, les gars. Moi, je dis que les affirmations et les trucs. Merci à tous pour ces rapports. Rompez. Nickel. Je serai honoré de mener à bien la mission de l'inquisiteur qui a été demandée à Théodora. Nouvelle quête, atteindre le... Ok, il y a deux quêtes là. Il dira, ressaisissez-vous. S'il n'y a plus aucun problème d'importance à signaler, je déclare cette réunion terminée. Il est temps de se mettre au travail. Okay. Quelles sont les fonctions d'un maître Vox? Rappelez-moi qui vous êtes. Les esprits vont vous ont-ils rapporté quelque chose d'intéressant dernièrement? Notre apparence est unique. Vous êtes une hors-monde, n'est-ce pas? Pourquoi vous appelle-t-on les hors-mondes? Décrivez-moi la vie des membres hors-monde de mon équipage. Comment trouvez-vous la vie à bord du vaisseau? Comment les autres membres de l'équipage se comportent-ils avec vous? Vous semblez proche d'Hydra. Avez-vous déjà quitté le vaisseau? Et enfin, je vois bien retourner à vos occupations. Ce sera tout pour le moment. Nickel. Ouf. On commence à avancer dans l'espace. Alors, se rendre au Riyad fila à la planétaire cathédrale.
Is there money to be made?
Places such as this make me think of snow. Pure and untainted by human squalor. Under the frozen light of a star that illuminates everything.
Ah ben là, expliquez donc à cette vermine comment on s'adresse à son souverain. Pourquoi il parle plus, c'est bizarre ça. Ça m'arrange, mais... ça vous fait plus de lecture pour vous, quoi. Parlez-moi de ce planétoïde. Que s'était passé ici? Ok. La directeur de la prison est à la tête de l'émeute? Pourquoi le jeune Witterscale a-t-il ressenti le besoin de négocier avec les insurgés? Je suis à la recherche d'un homme répondant au nom de Heinrich Vian Calox. Vous savez s'il est ici? Y a-t-il autre chose que je devrais savoir avant de me mettre en route? J'allais dire mettre au travail, alors que c'est le cas aussi. Je n'ai pas d'autres questions, vous pouvez disposer, pilote. Qui est cet homme avec vous? Je ne suis pas encore rendu sur Ilad Minoirs et je n'ai aucune information sur cet officier. Fin de discussion. Okay.
Do you see that? Avalad, I've been meaning to ask, how are you keeping it together so well? Don't you ever feel awful without her?
We have a duty to the new rogue trader. You would do well to focus on that. If you keep your mind busy, you will have less opportunity to fill it with awful things.
Il y a un butin, juste là. Trouvez le directeur Castelgla.
With
non-believers!
Scared yet? Time to slaughter someone.
Death to the weak!
Cover me. I'm not so sure. Not the scryer's job. What an unfortunate turn of fate. I know what is to come.
Mais...
Crush the feeble!
Stop mocking me.
I bring ruin!
It's as good as nothing.
My prescience has failed me.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Rejoice in battle!
That's not the Seneschal's job. I'd rather not. My place is at the fore. Indeed. Reduced to dust.
Out of my way! Chaos guides me! Ah!
Show me
Mais
what
encore là.
you've got. Yeah. I'm in, maggot. I am your doom.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
I won't compromise my principles. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I refuse.
Chaos guides me!
I've suffered
Death
worse.
to non-believers!
Nothing.
Hop.
Death to the weak!
Get to it.
My prescience has failed me.
Attends.
Will do. Be gone.
Voilà.
I am ready for whatever comes. Another enemy
Parfait.
down.
Faith without...
Ah oui, c'est le garde grenadier.
It will be done.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Il en reste 2. Round de 4.
Let's get to it.
Stop mocking me. There is movement in the Empyrean.
Le maître grenadier est mort. Et il en reste un IA.
I won't compromise my principles.
I will endure. Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands advocated.
I always have a backup plan.
Idira, is there something you wish to tell me about? Namely, the mess in the wardroom last week.
Stop!
Allez les amis, on va tout s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Donnez-moi une bonne raison de ne pas vous exécuter sur le champ. Dites-moi en plus sur le directeur et cette émeute. Qu'est-ce que j'aurais à gagner à vous épargner? Quel genre de gens très sérieux? Très bien, je vais vous épargner. Conclasse, je ne vais pas vous laisser mourir aux mains des sbires du directeur. Allez dire à mon pilote que le seigneur capitaine a donné l'ordre de vous laisser monter à bord de son vaisseau. Vous rejoindrez mon équipage et ma qualité de libre marchand, je déclarerai votre peine purgée. Fin de discussion.
Keep your wits about you.
On prend tout. Là aussi, on prend tout. Vers le niveau principal. Voilà. Et on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui, les gars. On reprendra demain directement pour l'épisode de Warhammer 40 000 Rock Trader directement sur Twitch. Merci à tous, on va sauvegarder la partie. Et puis voilà, à sauvegarder. Même si ça fait une sauvegarde automatique, c'est pas très grave. Comme ça, on sauvegarde une sauvegarde automatique et une sauvegarde rapide. Merci à tous, à demain sur Twitch. Portez-vous bien, passez une très bonne soirée. Et un bon mercredi à tous, je vous souhaite.